Comics in Quarantine Solving Problems with Stephen Allen and Erich McElroy. Starting soon. Stephen Allen and Erich McElroy.
Who's done a terrific job.
Why, thank you. Comics in Quarantine Solving Problems with Stephen Allen and Erich McElroy. Starting soon. Streaming live on the internet.
And I think you said you're going to test that too.
We did test it. Yeah, it works sometimes. Starting soon. Comics in Quarantine Solving Problems with Stephen Allen and Erich McElroy. Starting soon. Doing online shows.
For much longer than I would have liked.
Suit yourself. Comics in Quarantine Solving Problems with Stephen Allen and Erich McElroy. Starting soon. From their tidied up offices.
And then I see the disinfectant.
You do not want to know what happened in there before. Comics in Quarantine Solving Problems with Stephen Allen and Erich McElroy. Starting soon. Answering the questions from
you, the people of this country.
If you email them in comics@somenews.co.uk or tweet at Mr. Stephen Allen or at Erich McElroy. Comics in Quarantine Solving Problems with Stephen Allen and Erich McElroy. Starting soon. Starting soon.
In a minute. 1 minute.
Well, maybe a bit longer than a minute, but soon. Soon. Comics in Quarantine Solving Problems with Stephen Allen and Erich McElroy. Starting soon. The web show we started because we were out of work.
And it is still true.
All right, don't rub it in. Comics in Quarantine Solving Problems with Stephen Allen and Erich McElroy. Starting soon. Using their expertise to solve problems.
You're going to have to use medical doctors with.
Nope, just two comedians talking rubbish out of their face holes. Comics in Quarantine Solving Problems with Stephen Allen and Erich McElroy. Starting soon. Lockdown 2020, giving Stephen Allen and Erich McElroy bigger compassion, time to write.
And guts.
Hell yeah.
You've shown and are continuing to show.
Only when we stand up on webcam. Comics in Quarantine Solving Problems with Stephen Allen and Eric McElroy. Starting soon.
Sounds interesting.
Thank you. Hello, and welcome to Comics in Quarantine Solving Problems. I'm Stephen Allen.
And I'm Eric McElroy, and welcome to our show, Comics in Quarantine Solving Problems, as Steve just said, which actually defines what the show is. We are comics in quarantine who solve problems, and we are on episode 28. We've been here throughout lockdown, and basically we've been solving the world problems, we've been solving your problems, and that is basically what we are here to do. And I think we've been doing a pretty good job because the world, since we started, is definitely looking better. And yeah, Steve, what do you think? We solved some problems?
I mean, close to zero, but that's still better than nothing, or at least as good as nothing.
Yeah, exactly. We couldn't have made things worse.
Yeah, so the world's full of problems. They're the ones in the news. If you get any, you can send them to us as well. Wherever you're watching this, you can message it.
Yes, and if you're starting to watch the show on Facebook or anywhere else, please share the show now to share it with your friends so that they can know about it and see all of the problems that we will definitely solve.
Yep.
And I think one big one we've tackled throughout the show, since we started doing it 28 episodes ago, is back in the news, isn't it?
Yeah.
What might that be?
I don't know if it's in any way apparent, but masks are back in the news.
Yeah. Back in the news, yeah.
I mean, look, we're going to have to wear them when we're going to shops. I'm going to have to ditch this because it's...
This doesn't do anything. It just makes me feel better.
Yeah, and there's no point having a beard like this if you're going to wear a mask when you're on the internet. But there's your headline. Shoppers without a mask risk £100 fine. I must admit... that doesn't worry me at all because shoppers don't stick to rules. That's right. I'm the kind of guy who started conversations in the past with the words, that's a nice 11 items you've got in that basket. So there is no way that these shoppers are going to be sticking to the rules. It's going to be difficult to police, although the police say it's going to be difficult to police. But look on the bright side. People who don't wear masks are going to be the easiest ones to describe what they look like when you get an e-fit. So, yeah. And as soon as they know that the police are looking for them, they'll probably go outside covering their face. Problem solved.
There we go.
Yeah. So look, your side of it would be Trump. Trump wore a mask recently, and after saying he wouldn't, that was a lovely picture. In the UK, the phrase Trump mask actually means something else. It's a mask, but you don't wear it on your face. Boris Johnson, he's changed his tune, hasn't he? And I don't just mean from like less than a week ago where he said we wouldn't have to wear them. I mean like a couple of years back. He thought that face coverings made you look like a letterbox. He's not mentioning that so much these days. Very, very strange. Look, a lot of people are upset because that's what the internet's like these days. I'm sure, we both get people on the internet being angry at us. I've seen people saying, I'm not wearing a muzzle. Ooh. And muzzles are different. I know that you think you're being clever by saying that, but muzzles are to stop biting happening. And if you thought you were going to leave the house and bite someone in a few weeks' time, you should be wearing a muzzle.
Yeah, exactly.
It makes perfect sense.
I mean, I guess they're saying that they think that they're being muzzled from their speech, but I'm going to do a little demonstration for you now. I'm going to use, because I know you like science, Steve.
Yeah.
I'm going to be talking, and I'm talking to you right now talking about whether or not I should wear a mask. And I'm going to say, right now that I think that probably you should wear a mask.
Pardon?
And I believe, Steve, what I've just demonstrated is that I could keep talking while I was wearing the fucking mask.
You've proved that sound can travel through a mask. Nice.
Yeah.
And people say, oh, yeah, but air still comes in, so I'm not going to be protected. It's not about protecting you. It's about stopping your dirty little spittly bits getting out there into the world. So I like it as an idea. It's not, I can admit, it's not as much fun wearing a mask. It's a bit warm and stuff like that. The plus side, more people will be cleaning their teeth more often. And as a super smeller, it's going to be flipping great. Nice breath.
Yeah.
So Boris, I think it's a good policy. I think it's too little too late. Not only should we have been wearing masks at the start, but we're now, and I think we covered this on the show, getting on for 2 months since we heard the news that Victoria's Secret were going to close some stores.
Yeah, okay.
And I can't help but think if we were allowed in their shops wearing one of these without anyone looking at you funny, we would have gone in and bought more stuff. No one, it's an embarrassing thing being in a shop like that, but if you go in
nice,
like
I see what
this,
you've done.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then maybe, because we're in summer, going like this, a little bit of this as well. Hang on, here we go. And now I'm ready to go shopping in Victoria's Secret.
Yeah, but seeing you like that in Victoria's Secret would make me not want to be in that Victoria's Secret.
But now it's just a COVID thing. You get away with it. And you'd still be approached by the lovely person who works there, and they'd say, what you here for, sir? Here to buy some lingerie. Oh, and do you have any idea about what size the lady is? Yeah, she's about my size. Method acting.
Sounds just like you.
Yeah, I steamed up. Those glasses do steam up.
I know. I'm telling you, the glasses are a problem.
It is a problem, isn't it?
You got that laser surgery just in time.
Just in time, 5 years ago. Don't worry, though. If you're looking for a shop that previously you wouldn't have been seen dead in, but will go in now there's a mask, this is an actual picture that they put on Sky News. Iceland! Looks like Mum's embarrassed to go to Iceland. So here's the question. What do you do if you don't have a mask? A lot of people have been saying, I'm going to get one. And we've covered this on the show. You improvise. Other people have got on our bandwagon. Holly Willoughby was in the news. There's a picture of her there. Either wearing a pair of knickers as a face mask, or she was just really bad at getting dressed that day.
Yeah.
You have an off day. You can't aim right. I don't want to know where a lip balm is. Those kind of things. So, ladies' knickers are one option. And we covered this on the show. So what did you say? It was episode 28 now, isn't it?
Yep.
This is how long, let me get the clip ready. This is how long you've had to prepare to get yourself a mask sorted. Because in episode one, we covered it. Here's a little hint and tip on how to replace the mask. And also I'm showing this just so you can see the change that's happened. If you can't get access to ladies' panties, just use a pair of gents' pants. Now, these are, I presume they're washed. I didn't know the guy I nicked them from, but if ordinarily what you would do is you would think that the two holes where the thighs go through would be perfect eye holes. So if you were thinking you're going to go in like this, there's your eye holes. If you need to be able to see, you just pop a peg, right? And what you've got there is, you look a little bit like Space Ghost from the Cartoon Network. But the problem is, I also look like I'd run away from Pac-Man right now because, he'd be after me. But that's not protective, is it? Look at that. So, here's what you actually need to do. I'm presuming, like me, you have manly thighs, so you've really stretched out these bad boys through the year. And then you can actually just go all the way down like this. Get the eyes out. And I'm sorry, but is that not the perfect flipping mask? Here we go. Those are the days. Look at what's changed. The graphics, the faces. Yep. I mean, it's true.
The faces. I mean, this has gone a little out of control. And then this,
wow, that's a big change. Also, the quality of our stream, though. Look at the webcam crispness.
Yeah, this is some nice streaming. I mean, the good thing is if this show doesn't work out, we know where else we can make money before the live gigs come back.
So what I thought I'd do, seeing as it's 28 shows later, they're back! Yay! Managed to find the pants. And even another piece of testament as to how much weight has been gained. Now when I put them on, let's line them up.
They don't fit around your head?
They do. They're just loose. They're just looser than they've ever been. But I have decided, if you do it this way, right? Now that we're allowed to bubble, if you want to go to the shop with someone else, you just get your loved one in that leg.
There you go.
This is a twofer.
So you stretched them out that much.
Yeah, didn't mean to. But,
that's been your COVID pounds. That's what's happened there.
The pizza shop around the corner. It just happened.
Oh, man.
So there we go.
Yeah.
It's mask time. It's a big issue.
Yeah, and the shops are getting ready for it. I mean, it was just announced within today, I guess it was. And already Waitrose and John Lewis are running commercials to show us how this new shopping experience is going to look. And we've got a sneak peek right here.
I'm there. Count me in.
That is how I feel every time I go into Waitrose. I'm like, I don't belong. I mean, I know, I don't sound like it, but I'm very working class. I grew up in a trailer park. I mean, I'm going to be wearing a mask. I know people say that it's a science thing, that, you're building up the CO2 and all that. And I know you're big on your science, Steve. And the thing is, I guess we do have to respect other people's views, because they say they're getting too much CO2 when they breathe out with the mask on. And, on a science basis, Steve, we also have to take into account how people feel, because that's a big part of science, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. God, it even hurts to hear it. Oh.
Wear a fucking mask. That's all I'm saying.
Here's the thing. It's a cost-benefit analysis. Even if they don't work, the cost is so small that the benefit possibility is so good. Flipping do it. You're right. Just go through some of the messages. Already we've got a question that we could answer. Here's one for you. Yep. Mark says, question for you guys. Do you wear the masks blue or white side out? We can solve that problem for you. Because your mask was a fabric-y one, wasn't it?
Well, this has got red on the inside, and then red,
and
blue.
You wear it blue out. This is the standard one. Which interesting side fact: my main mask that I wear when I go out it's a black fabric one, but that didn't look as good when I was filming stuff for this show. So I went out and bought blue ones because it's greater contrast. This show has ruined me as a person.
I mean, the budgets. That's why when we do ask you for a drink to contribute to the show, this is the kind of special effects we're spending it on.
Special effect. What looks better then? So this one.
Yeah.
Or
that looks good.
I was slightly skew there. I'm trying to put it on in a camera.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I wear it this one. I do blue outside.
I like the blue outside. It brings out your eyes.
Thank you. There you go, Mark. Another problem solved.
There we go. Yeah.
We can just whip through some comments if you want then. Let's have a look. So people saying, evening all. International Comics in Quarantine says, Mark, could you add your hat on, I imagine. And let's have a look what we've got going on here. The Invisible Man Does Dallas was a description of me in my on the way into Victoria's Secret. A visit to Victoria's Secret or dogging, asks Chris. Do you know what? Why are they mutually exclusive? You have a lovely day. And then take a deep breath was the advice from Ellie. I'm not sure I would want to. I was just wearing my own pants again.
I don't know if he's washed those throughout quarantine, guys. So just so you know.
Since episode 1.
Laundry's been sparse.
If you want to send some messages wherever you're doing it, you can do it. And if you would like to contribute to the show or buy us a drink, the link's down the bottom. Please
do so. If you're enjoying it, and remember, if you want to share as well, if you are enjoying the show, especially on Facebook, that's easy. Just click the share button. Right. Well, so I think, Steve, have we solved the problem of masks?
I mean, I think we have, but the people who won't wear them, so no.
Yeah, but then listen to the science, and don't be an asshole is the key. Well, another problem is one that affects me personally, Steve, and it may affect some of our viewers out there tonight and beyond, is about citizenship and living in the UK. And this week we saw Priti Patel, the Home Secretary, has rolled out a new points-based immigration system. We've got the headline, so that makes it true. New immigration point system. Migrants will need 70 points to be eligible to come and work in the United Kingdom. And it's basically to welcome the best and brightest global talent. Now, I came before the points-based system, so I guess it's debatable about whether or not you got the best and brightest of the world's global talent.
We'll hide those comments out of the little box there.
Yeah. We're going to get a whole different set of comments now, aren't we? So under the new rules, anybody who wants to live and work here is going to have this threshold of 70 points. So I had a look, Steve, because I thought, well, I wanted to look back and see, would I now qualify under these current skill sets?
Okay.
And they do have set jobs that they're looking for. Comedian is not one of the jobs, apparently, that Britain is requiring at the moment, partly because why would they require a comedian? We can't work anywhere other than here. So again, throw us a drink. But I thought, well, the closest was actor. But the minimum salary, because they have minimum salary levels you have to be offered to get in, is £32,000 as an actor. That's not happening, especially because most actors can't even work right now. They're also hustling on the internet, I'm guessing, or doing internet TV shows. I don't. It's not happening very much. So I thought, you know what? I want to apply my initial job skills that got me here, which was working as an administrator for university against the new points-based system to see if I would have qualified. So, Steve,
Okay.
I would like you to help me play Who Wants to Be a British Citizen? You ready? You gonna
Yep.
keep the score for me?
I'll be
All
the
right,
scoreboard person.
yeah, the job I had was working as a U.S. student loan financial aid administrator. So I used to help Americans access their student loans in the UK at a university. And even then, I was trying to tell jokes, Steve. And I used to tell some cracking student loan jokes.
Oh, but they appreciated that.
Yeah, all right, here's a good one. What happens when you take your EFC off the SAR and you can't find your COA?
I don't know.
You can't get an ICER. That's funny.
Yep.
And factually correct. You just don't know it. You just don't appreciate the fine craft of U.S. student loan games.
Funny because it's true.
It's exactly right. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to get myself. So these are these are the actual categories that would add up the points to see if I can get to the magic of 70. And I'm hoping, because I really don't want to go back to America, because this is just, I can't. Okay, so first category. I need a job offer from an approved sponsor, and that's worth 20 points. Now, my job sponsor was a university, so I'm sure a university would qualify. So, Steve, can I have 20 points for that?
Was it a proper university or one that used to be a poly?
No, it was a real university.
Okay, there you go.
It gave American degrees in London. I said that before you gave me the points, so I get to keep them. The next one is is it a job that I have the appropriate skill level for? And I'd done the job at different universities for about 4 or 5 years before I came to the UK. That was on my CV. I'd been living abroad already. There was an international aspect. That category is worth 20 points. Steve, what do you think?
I'll give you the points, yeah.
40 points.
Mark's giving you the points. Chris is giving you as well, yeah.
I'm halfway there. 70 points is all I need. Okay, the next category, English language skills. I need English language skills at a level B1. Now, I know I speak American. I do say zebra now. That's worth 10 points. Steve, what do you think?
Quick question. What's the really light metal that's turned into foil that you can wrap around food?
Aluminum? All right, fine, fair enough. The next one is worth 10 to 20 points if I had a PhD. I don't have a PhD. Okay. Now we're getting there. Okay, the next one is salary, right? You have to have a minimum level of starting salary. Now, if my starting salary was £25,600, I'd automatically get 20 points. Okay. That would definitely push me over the top. Starting salary of 23,000 will get me 10 points, and a salary of less than 23,000 basically gets me no points. My initial starting salary when I came to this country exactly 20 years ago was £21,000.
Oh, so it has to be over 20 to get.
It has to be £20,000. $20,400 you get nothing, and £23,000 you get 10 points. Oh. No, come on. So what is it? Add me up, Steve. Do I get it? Do I make it?
Overall.
I guess. Yeah. I'll just take that
and head off. Even in the message board, Mark, he's given you a couple of extra points, but you still don't make up to it. Mark's a 0 for the salaries. He's been keeping score better than I have. Sharon says, I'd give 50 points for making a decent cup of tea and 20 points for the abilities to be ironic. That's all you need to get you 70. If you could do those, you're in.
I still couldn't do either of those things.
No, we've covered on previous episodes how Americans make tea, and it does not go well. We've been talking. Mark says most Premier League footballers would be in trouble if they needed to get 70 points. That's true. The only way that footballers get 70 points is on their driving licence. Who's with me? Hey, keep the messages coming through.
And thank you to Chris for a donation, and also Ursula, who has given us a very generous donation. So thank you very much for watching, Ursula. She was in the Middle East last time I talked to her. So our reach is going all over, Steve. We've had Canada, we've had South Africa, Middle East.
Yeah, this show will get so big soon, we won't be on it. We'll be replaced. Of course we will.
We can only hope. What do you think? Do we solve the problem of citizenship? We didn't solve well, I'm gone. That's it. I think.
No, I mean, you would solve it if we had to do this show from you being in America. That would solve some of the problems, but I wouldn't necessarily say we've solved that problem. Mark says 100 points for understanding the offside rule. Nice.
Oh, man. Why are you making it so hard?
He's not scoring much. Wherever you're watching this, you can send some messages, track us down on Twitter. And if you're enjoying it enough to buy someone who's on his way back to America pretty soon a drink as a farewell, the link is down there. I wanted to talk about... I've got some good news for you, Eric.
Yeah.
TV shows are coming back. Let's deal with this story. Confirmed when Bake Off, Line of Duty and Call the Midwife and more return. Have you been missing the kind of quality that's on TV normally?
I do. Well, I mean, luckily we've been able to step up into the breach, haven't we, Steve?
Yeah, this is your TV these days.
Yeah, I do like a little Line of Duty. I've enjoyed the Line of Duties.
I mean, yeah, that one I can imagine you could film. They don't have to be that close until they rough up a suspect, so they'd have to do that using CGI. Other shows that are coming back, Call the Midwife, makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, there'd be better PPE, or maybe they wouldn't be and make it more accurate. Death in Paradise, again, on brand. Now we know why they're dead. One of my favourite shows that's coming back. It's very good. This is almost the best show to come back during a lockdown period. The Masked Singer. It's
very on point. It's very on point. Are you going to go for it?
Yeah. I think it's Michael Bolton, because you can see it's Michael Bolton. That's how easy that is. It'll be a quicker show, but it will be safer. I'll give him that. There's also Bake Off is coming back. Now, that one doesn't make sense. I mean, I will pay good money to watch Paul Hollywood try and scoop up some cake and then cram it into his mask to work out if he can get the flavour. This is why they have the ridges on it. I think you can cram the cake down it and try and suck in the flavour.
Oh, that's a good idea. Mine doesn't have ridges. Mine just has freedom.
I think Sharon's happy about the fact that we've got Bake Off coming back. And again, you suppose you could say distance. I'm sure they do their hand washing. But it doesn't matter which TV show you list. I made a list here. There is one that is better than all of these, and it's not on the list of ones that are coming back. And I say to you, broadcasters, I say to you, ITV, you are missing a trick by not bringing back another series of the game show, The Cube. It is a cube where you are already locked into a perspex box and the person in there's got a flipping mask on.
Nice.
The safest one. Look, I mean, hopefully the MASH report comes back. We managed to do that, socially distanced.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, though, when it comes to broadcasting, there are very few broadcasting opportunities that are made worse by a mask. You know, we started the show with these things on. That'll be fine.
Yeah.
If you've got to do outside work, you can actually broadcast with a mask on. In fact, I've been through the annals of history. There is only one broadcast that wouldn't have worked if the person involved was wearing a mask. And we all remember this.
Read my lips. No new taxes.
She had to go, which is difficult to read, that one, wasn't it? Yeah. Although the great thing would have been if he did that speech with Read My Lips while wearing a mask. That means you can dub whatever you want over it. So I could have made it sound like this. Read my lips. My son is an idiot. Oh, she likes that one. Yeah, so some TV's coming back. Let's have a look. Love the Cube. So much money for so little skill. Which actually, not only is true of the game show The Cube, it's also what I have written on my business cards. Yeah. Bring back Whose PPE Is It Anyway? It's be a good one.
Nice.
Any TV shows you'd like to see come back?
I mean, I haven't run out of TV shows, to be honest. I mean, that's, I guess, the advantage of being in the lockdown period when we've got Netflix and Amazon Prime and Comics in Quarantine Solving Problems. I mean, I just keep watching our episodes over and over again, 28 of them, plus the outtakes and clips. I mean, I'm pretty much covered. I'm staying on brand tonight, Steve. That's what I'm saying. Just watch our show.
Do you know what? Normally we wouldn't even manage to successfully solve a problem, but putting TV visual entertainment out there on the internet so you can watch it until the Cube comes back, boom, we've fixed it right here. Solved.
This might be the first problem we've actually solved.
Yeah.
Wow, that's on brand. There we go. So, is there anyone else?
Yeah, a couple of messages. If you want some messages, there is one. Bring back Naked News, says Colin, from the old cable days. Wow, was that on cable? No, that was... Was it Naked News? There was that live TV where they had a bunny that turned up. It was the bunny doing the news. I don't know what else was happening.
That's better than Naked Attraction. That can't be on right now.
Oh, yeah, with a face mask but nothing else covered. And Colin also says that I look like Kevin Bacon from Hollow Man when I turn up to Victoria's Secret. Yeah, I'm about a size 16. So wherever you send in the comments, keep them coming through. And if you'd like to buy us a drink, the link's down the bottom.
That's very much appreciated. And yes, let's see here. We do actually, we are very happy to try and solve your problems as well. We don't just solve global problems, like immigration and, whether you should wear a mask or not. But we had a viewer send us this problem via Twitter, which we can put up here, I think, Mr. Steve. Yes. Hi, Eric and Steve. Can you tell me if this is satire or if this is for real? I can't tell. Now, this was a clip of Karen, Christy, and Kylie, who are some singers. And we actually have a clip of them singing. I think we can bring that up because we wanted to investigate. We thought we could take this problem on. Here we are.
Okay.
That's
we
nice.
don't care if you're white.
Good start.
Don't care if you're black.
Mm-hmm.
Yep,
We don't
good on
care if
brand.
you're gay. We're all under attack.
Oh, twist. Plot twist.
We don't care if you're rich.
Yeah, you do.
Don't care if you're poor.
Not as scary.
Know what we're fighting for. Sing
There's
it.
that.
Real women vote for Trump.
Oh.
We don't need no liberal chump. Yeah, real women vote for Trump. Oh yeah.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Real women.
Let me just... Oh, dear God. I don't want to see that. No one needs to see that. You have to admire the rhyming, because, they must have spent some time thinking, what rhymes with Trump? You don't want to say the H word.
True.
Hump, in case you didn't understand what I was going for there. But no, I did find out that they are real. We're here to solve those kind of problems because we have the ability, I'm going to brag here a little bit, Steve, to use Google. So I Googled them. They've got a YouTube channel. We checked it out. It's legitimate. It's right here. We've got a clip there, a picture of it. 51,000 subscribers. 50,000. How many subscribers do we have, Steve?
Less than 50.1 thousand. Definitely less. Definitely. But then again, we are less attractive to look at. We're not real women, and to be honest, neither is their hair color. But they have an advantage.
Yeah, I have to say it is a dangerous path to go down to be singers for Trump. Some of you may remember all the way back in 2015 and 16 during the campaign, these girls.
Cowardice. Are you serious? Apologies for freedom. I can't handle this.
Oh dear.
I can't handle it either. Now, they sang at a number of Trump rallies, and I think numerous times. It did sour eventually because, as they found out, Trump doesn't like to pay anyone. And so they didn't get paid for some of their services. In fact, they ended up suing the president. This headline here, where they sued the GOP nominee. That's those girls need to watch out. The deplorable singers, or whatever they're called. They need to keep an eye out on things because now, where are the freedom singers now? Clip of them where they are these days.
Cowardice. Are you serious? Apologies for freedom. I can't handle this.
Bless them. Yeah, they're not going to do well. Ellie earlier on sent a message saying satire, I hope. Turns out, I think we all wished it was satire, but no, they're real people. They're real women because they vote for Trump, not some liberal chump. Strong rhyme.
It's catchy, though. It'll be in your heads tonight. Not some liberal chump. Real women. Boom, chump.
Mark says live TV had naked news, topless darts, and Britain's bounciest weather. And are they bringing back Love Island and I'm a Celebrity? Oh, you do hope not. There's no way that Love Island can be back on. If you're meant to stay a metre apart and wear protection, well, I suppose they wear protection anyway, don't they? That one.
Bringing back, what was it, Eurotrash? What was that show called? Was it Eurotrash? Yeah, we're going to need that because that's the only glimpse we're going to have of the EU after the 1st of January. So
very factual. Nice. I forgot to check Twitter. We'll have a look at some Twitter on the way soon. Keep the messages coming through. Don't forget your links down the bottom. In fact, are you going to go and head off and do Twitter while I set up the fact that we are talking about another big story for today. Huawei 5G kit must be removed. It's big news because it's a difficult one to work out which side you're on. Normally, you know what to do. If Trump says something, you disagree. As a right-minded type, you tend to disagree with the right-wing bigot sorts. It's easy. But when Trump's against China, you think, okay, well, then I guess I'm on the side of China. Which side am I on again? The side with the concentration camps. But then Trump puts babies in cages, but that's better? What a horrible moral place we're in, where you have to work out that maths in your head. And I think it's like this. You know that saying, even a stopped watch is right twice a day?
Yeah.
Even a racist is right sometimes.
Okay.
The person they hate is also a bit of an arse.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? So I think if you like China, it turns out maybe China aren't great either. So is this good news that we're not going to be having Huawei involved in some of our infrastructure? So many things. Espionage was a risk. The fact that they could cause like a blackout, that they could effectively take down our internet. And then what will we do? But then again, we've been letting TalkTalk do that for absolutely years, and somehow we've coped.
That's true.
There's an issue to do with sanctions that America are putting in place. Would Huawei even have the chips to make the stuff that we need? It's very confusing. I don't know what I've got to do about this, because I've got a Huawei router in this gaff.
Really?
Yeah. So it works perfectly fine, I think. I don't know if do I have to send it back now? I don't know. To find out more, we're joined on the line by there is no way I'm doing that sketch. I'm not doing his voice. No way. It's 2020.
I'm sure that would be fine.
Never going to work again, would I?
Do it. No. Don't do it.
No,
don't do it.
I'll do the voice of the guy in Victoria's Secrets. I'm not going to do that one. But anyway, look, Huawei might not be the bad guys in this. It's worth remembering that the reason that we are worried about them is because of the control that the state in China has over it.
Okay.
And that's more to do with the fact that if you are a company in China, the state has control. They can have access to some of your stuff. And we wouldn't want that happening. So what we should do as a sketch is say we're joined on the line by the president of China, Xi Jinping.
Wow.
If you don't know, that apparently he hates the fact that people mock him by saying he looks like Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah.
And there's a bit of similarity there. So much so that they banned the latest Winnie the Pooh film in China to stop it being... But do you know what? You can't stop us. We are we're a satirical show.
That's right.
We're, two comedians taking the mickey out of the Chinese state. And there is absolutely nothing that they can do to... I just got a text message. I am probably going to stop doing jokes about Huawei.
Okay. Never liked Winnie the Pooh.
I thought I was in incognito mode. Why?
Never liked it.
Yeah. So, what is method? It's like the acting. Acting.
I think our acting after that was good. Yeah. That was Oscar worthy.
Got some comments. Said, I've been without PlusNet broadband since Thursday, and it's a nightmare. Any advice? Says Sharon. Yeah. Whatever mystical powers you're using to watch us, just use that.
Extend your reach.
You must be really good at listening.
I think Huawei's. It's got to go. Yeah. There's no question. I don't really give a shit. I mean, as long as I get good internet, the Chinese can tap in. Yeah. I don't mind. I mean, they're fine.
I think you've got a good point as well. That they're making it sound like they're going to be really upset in China, but what are they missing out on? 5G technology would be useful for our future mobile phone infrastructure, and apparently also could be involved in driverless cars. Well, have you noticed? No one is leaving the house. The things we don't need are cars and mobile phones. I've been at home so long, I used the landline the other day. Oh, it's like the 90s.
Those old school. I remember that. Remember when phones used to have cords attached to the wall?
Yeah. You always knew where your phone was. It was plugged into the wall.
Always knew. And the cord would get tangled up. Good times.
Those are the days.
Those were the days. So yeah, I guess I don't know how do we solve that problem, Steve? Do we just let them come in and let us see whatever we're doing and let them interpret like this show as they will? Although, yeah.
No, I actually think we're going down the right path on this one. I don't think we need them involved. Yeah, it'll take longer till we have a 5G network, but honestly, when have you been downloading something on 4G and thought, I wish I could download a film instead of downloading it in 3 minutes, I wish I could get it in a few seconds. How quick are you watching a film?
Oh yeah, I mean, but the problem is once you get things fast, you want them faster.
Yeah.
And I'm definitely good at doing things too fast.
But we don't want there to be 5G, because if we start broadcasting this in even higher def, we do not have the faces that you want to see like that.
We're going to have to start putting makeup on because I'm definitely going to need something to get rid of this.
Sharon says she's using magic. I'm using magic and data. So much data. Sorry about that. Ellie says, does anyone think that Huawei sounds like our way? You're onto something there.
Yeah,
We're going to have to do things their way. Huawei.
I did it Huawei.
Mark says that wasn't China. That text was Korean. Sorry, pedant. Yeah, I don't want to spend all day trying to track down. I mean, the English in the middle was the joke, but thank you for that.
Those are the kind of comments that we want.
Yeah.
And if you are going to give us pedantic heckles, you do have to contribute to the show.
My favourite pedantic heckle, though, if you go back a few episodes, you remember the one where I made a Pret sandwich?
Yeah.
And the joke was just that I'm so working class that I don't want to pay £5 for a sandwich. So yeah, Pret are closing, but I can just make a sandwich and throw £4 away, whatever it was. Yeah. And I got a text for a tweet from someone, a pedant, saying, "You got it all wrong. You buttered both slices of bread, and in Pret they only do one slice." Brilliant, excellent. Yeah.
We try, guys. You know, we really care about that level of detail.
Yeah, we try. Hey, I went out and bought this just because the black mask doesn't look as good. Let's have a look. There was Rapido as well. That was another. Was that on BBC Two? Another TV show very much like
that's before my time here.
Eurotrash. Oh, you should see if there's any online. I mean, it was basically the same thing.
Should I start watching now?
European host plays clips of people in Europe who did sex. That's basically the pitch, isn't it?
Okay, so that's my speed of entertainment. Well, I don't know if we have any other comments. We're going to be back on Thursday, aren't we?
9 o'clock Thursday.
9 o'clock. If there's any problems left to solve, because obviously we've been so effective at resolving so many different conflicting and contentious issues in tonight's show. You can keep sharing the show. Please do. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel because we are very close to the 50.1 thousand subscribers that the Trump girls have.
We actually have half of that. Not mathematically, just half of the numbers represented by that decimal.
You see, Steve, when you free yourself from science, we have more subscribers than they do.
Well, no, they've got the 50, we've got the 0.1 together, 50.1. And Donna says, "How are these women so into Trump? I don't get it." And it's good that you don't get it, Donna, because if you did, I'd start to worry that you're watching the wrong show.
Definitely, you wouldn't have lasted this long. So please subscribe if you can get a chance. You can still throw us a drink. That would be absolutely amazing in the Joke Pit pot there, and share the show and come back and watch us again on Thursday.
Yeah. Till then, bye.
Bye.